How can we overcome the difficulties of getting people to think differently and recognize the lies that keep humanity in the dark? The quantum insurrection of consciousness. Challenging the existential algorithms of collective darkness. In the holographic laboratory of human reality, where dominant narratives operate as morphic fields that distort perception, a radical epistemological challenge arises. How can we catalyze a cognitive metamorphosis that transcends entrenched psychosocial patterns and dissolves the invisible architectures of systemic lies? This treatise proposes a quantum spiritual framework for unraveling the skein of collective manipulation, understanding ignorance not as emptiness, but as an active force that feeds on specific energetic resonances. The lies that keep humanity in the dark are not mere linguistic falsehoods, but complex vibrational structures operating under quantum principles. Cognitive superposition. The collective mind simultaneously inhabits states of truth and deception until conscious observation collapses the wave function. Psycho-emotional entanglement. Limiting beliefs propagate like entangled particles through the social quantum field. Misinformation tunneling. Distorted narratives cross critical barriers through emotional resonance. Is collective darkness a coherent quantum state maintained by unconscious observers? How can we distinguish between passive ignorance and the system's active resistance to observation? If truth is a non-local phenomenon, what quantum observation techniques can uncover it? Radical cognitive transformation requires operating at the quantum level of primordial mental patterns. High vibrational impact strategies. Critical interferometry. Overlaying multiple perspectives to reveal interference patterns in the dominant narrative. Ethical decoherence, introducing moral discontinuities that collapse superimposed states of passive complicity. Epistemological tunneling, creating conceptual bridges between seemingly disconnected dimensions of knowledge. What aspect of the human being must die for a conscious observer capable of deprogramming realities to be born? How can indignation be transformed into a truth-bearing frequency without falling into the resonance of hate? Is it possible to hack the social quantum field through coordinated acts of mindfulness? Every attempt at mass enlightenment faces vacuum resistance, a metaphysical force that preserves the status quo through psychic potential barriers, energetic thresholds that discourage cognitive exploration, semantic black holes, concepts that absorb and neutralize new ideas, reverse butterfly effect, buffer systems that nullify critical disturbances. Is collective darkness a strange attractor that self-preserves through controlled chaos? How can we prevent the fight against lies from becoming another form of quantum entanglement with the system? What ontological price do we pay when we destabilize the entangled states of dormant consciousness? The true perceptual revolution occurs at the level of quantum archetypes. Transcendent poetics, encoding truths in linguistic structures that resonate with the collective unconscious. Coherence rituals, practices that synchronize hearts and minds in entangled quantum states. Living metaphors, narratives that function as keys to unlocking alternate realities. Can a carefully structured poem generate more change than a political manifesto? How to design quantum memes that collapse wave functions in evolutionary directions? Is sacred art the ultimate technology for reprogramming the human cognitive matrix? The final battle is not against darkness, but for the right to define what light is. What happens when we stop fighting lies and start creating truths so vibrant that distortions dissolve in contrast? How to maintain purity of purpose in a quantum social field saturated with intersecting agendas? If consciousness is the fabric of reality, are we weavers or emerging patterns of the cosmic loom? Is it possible that the darkness we combat is only the shadow cast by our own unrecognized light? This treatise, a synthesis of applied quantum physics, revolutionary epistemology, and activist mysticism, offers not answers but quantum keys. Its virality is born from, we live in a world where the shadows of misinformation cloud our perception, trapping us in a cycle of outdated beliefs. To break free, we must harness the physics of emotions, understanding that our feelings shape our reality. By embracing neurotranscendence, we can rewire our minds, allowing new ideas to flourish. Imagine using cosmic alchemy to transform fear into curiosity, igniting a collective awakening. It's about recognizing the lies that bind us and choosing to see the truth that liberates us. As we navigate this quantum emotional collapse, let's cultivate a mindset that embraces change, fostering personal development and a deeper connection to our shared humanity. Together, we can illuminate the path forward, transcending the limitations of our past.